Okay, so let's finish up our production report with step 4 and 5. Step 4, we're going to reconcile the total cost of work in process inventory. Here's the tab for reconciling the total cost. We must account for any cost that was in work in process inventory at the beginning of the period, plus any costs that were added during the period. And in order to do that, we're going to take our step 2 equivalent units times our step 3, the cost per equivalent unit for both direct materials and conversion costs. So we'll look at that in a comprehensive report whenever we're completing the final report anyway. That's what we have been doing, step 1, 2, 3, and 4. We've been compiling the report. Now we will actually finish it. Okay, so this is our comprehensive problem. I'm using a split screen, so hopefully it will be useful and not aggravating to see in this video. So here we have the data. We have our beginning work in process inventory, 30% complete at the beginning of the period, direct materials, conversion costs, unit costs. We don't know, or we're going to have to solve for units complete and transferred to finished goods. FG means finished goods. Then we have our current period cost. Ending work in process inventory is 50% complete. We're going to need that in step 2. So here we go. We're back on step 1. We're going to reconcile physical units. So we're going to bring over the data that we have. So we have the 80,000 units. We know that we started 152,000 in the current period. That gives us a total of 232. We don't know what units complete are, but we do know what ending inventory is. Those are the 68,000, so we know what our total is, and now we can solve for our completed units that were transferred to finished goods. So we have that number at this point. Next, we're going to go to step 2, calculate equivalent units. So we're doing it on ending inventory. So where I drew an arrow on both of these sections so you could see kind of where the data was going as you work through this comprehensive problem. So 164, the 68, the 232. Direct materials, again, 164, they're finished, units complete. Ending inventory, 68. So we have direct materials as 232. So we can directly allocate per equivalent units direct materials. So the conversion, if these units are complete, that is going to be the 164. Here we're only 70 or 50% complete in ending work in process inventory. So we're going to make the calculation. The 68 times the 50% gives us 198,000 for conversion cost for equivalent units. Step 3, calculate the cost per equivalent unit. So we're going to again begin with the 80,000. We're going to bring in our 180 for current period. We're going to pull a total. Then we're going to use these equivalent units that we calculated for direct materials and conversion cost in step 2. There's the 232, and take a per unit is 1.12096. The problem told us to carry it out 5 decimals. Do the same for conversion cost, 190,000, 314, a total. Use your 198. Equivalent units, come up with 2.54545. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to pause here while we move the screen down to step 4 so we can quantify the last step in our production report. Okay, so here we are going to finish up our report by reconciling total cost of work in process. So here we're going to again pull our 80,000, our current period cost, and then a total. This is basically this section of step 3. However, we have put another column out there for total. Pull down conversion cost and then make totals. Okay, so we have total cost to account for during this current period is 764,000. Cost assigned to units complete, ending inventory, total cost accounted for. So we want to do take step 2 times step 3. So we're going to take the 164, the 68,000 times the 1.12, the 164, the 34 times the 2.54. That is step 4. step 2 times step 3, pull your totals, and we've accounted for $764,000. So that is your production report, and I hope that you find these videos and the little walkthrough helpful. Thank you.